right, welcome guys to my channel. And in today's video, if you guys can't already tell by the title, I am going to be doing a full face of what's the video I'm filming? Full face of drugstore products. There we go. So yes, I don't like to really splurge if I can find a product that is way cheaper and works better or works exactly the same. You can do whatever you want with your money, but I'm just here to give you guys a tutorial using drugstore products that, like I said, are affordable. You can get them from the drugstore. I think they're great quality. I've been using them for some time now, so I'm going to give you guys my honest opinion on the things that I'm using. I'm also going to leave the prices on the screen and like where you guys can find them at, etc, etc. So yeah, without further ado, let's just jump right into this. Okay, so what I use first, what I do first is my brows, and I use two different brow products. Now I'm looking at it on my computer. I use this BH Cosmetics color shadow palette, and I just use the black or like the brown eyeshadow to do my brows. And then I also use the Revlon Color Stay brow pencil, which this I'm pretty sure is like $8-9. I'm gonna put all the prices on the screen, but I'm pretty sure this is about $8 or $9. But what I do first is I just take this brow pencil and I just outline my brows, and then I use the black and the brown shadow in the palette to just fill in the front of my brows. If you guys watched my brow tutorial that I posted, I definitely showed you guys how I did my brows, and it just, yeah. Alright, so next I'm going to conceal my brows using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade Cafe. And then I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Chestnut. And I'm going to use this for the top of my brows. I'm going to use this for under my brows. Also, all the brushes that I'm using are all drugstore. I normally get all my brushes either on Amazon or I get them from like Kohl's or like, you know, little stores that sell like high-end stuff for cheaper prices. But yeah, I'll link a few brush sets that I've seen on Amazon that I know are really good. I'll link them in the down bar. But yeah, my brushes, I don't ever spend more than $10 on a brush. And even more if you have some really inexpensive brushes, you just gotta like find the ones that are cheaper than the other ones. But I had a few Morphe brushes that I like, great quality. Yeah. elf brush that I'm using, and I'm just gonna go in with my Morphe 35B palette. This is what I'm using, and I'm just gonna go in with this like peach color and this a little bit of this orange color, and I'm just gonna like pack this onto my lid. Alright, so then I'm gonna go in with the True Complexion Black Radiance contour palette. I use this palette for literally all of my looks when I'm doing makeup. It's just a good neutral palette to have if you're a brown skin girl like me. And I'm just going to take both of those brown shadows and mix them together and just apply that over the shadow that I already have on my lid.
I don't know what I'm going for, I'm just winging it really, but you know.
Alright, so then I'm just gonna do my lashes real quick, and I need my tweezers so I can find them. Alright, so next we are gonna do face, and I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me, what is this? The loose powder in the shade medium. I'm just using this to kind of get rid of the oils off of my face, even though I'm not going nowhere. There's no reason to, but I'm gonna still do it. I'm just gonna take a little bit and just put this on all my oily spots. I know I look crazy right now. Don't worry, I'm gonna look better. I promise. I'm gonna look better. I'm gonna look better. Maybelline Fit Me, what is this? The foundation stick in the shade Coconut. This is one of my favorite foundations at the moment. It's super affordable. They have a pretty great variety of shades for the most part, from what I've seen at like my own local stores. They have a pretty decent range of colors, but this shade is in the shade, this is in the shade Coconut, and I'm just gonna go in with a brush. I'm going with this brush, and I'm gonna actually spray it because this foundation is a little more drying, and I put powder on, so it's gonna be super dry and hard to blend. I'm gonna just spray it, and I'm using the Revlon Photo Ready spray. With this foundation, I noticed that it's super sheer, so if you want a more full coverage, you want to most likely layer this foundation on, or just use one of their liquid foundations from their brand. But since I don't like wearing a lot of makeup anymore, I think this is a perfect like foundation for me personally. Alright, so next I'm going to go in with that same concealer that I use for my brows. I'm just going to put that under our eyes. And just all of the spots that I conceal. I don't really do a whole lot when it comes to makeup no more, to be honest. All these extra products is just not for me anymore. Like, I just do what works for me, simple and easy. And this concealer is actually one of their darkest shades in their collection. This is the shade in Cocoa, and then the number is 60. Maybelline Fit Me concealers are honestly my favorite. I think they're such great quality. And I've been using Maybelline concealers for years now, and they've never switched up their formula. Like, their formula has stayed the same. And it's just, I just love Maybelline, okay? Just love Maybelline. I'm gonna go wet my beauty blender real quick, and then I'll be back, and I'm gonna just blend this out. I'm breaking out just a little bit, y'all. I hate it. Alright, now I'm going to be using this e.l.f. stippling brush just to blend out the darker contour. In with that same powder that I used earlier as like a oil barrier. I'm gonna go back in with that same powder, and I'm gonna just use that to bake. All right, so while this is baking, I am actually going to go in with this palette again. I need another brush. All right, so I'm gonna go in with this brush. And I'm just going to take this contour color from the Black Radiance palette again. And I'm just going to lightly bronze. Y'all, Kanye West's gospel album is real nice. But anyways, I'm gonna go back into with the same color and just contour my nose while it's baking. Y'all probably looking at this like, girl, blend that out. Don't worry, y'all. I'm one step ahead of y'all. I'm gonna blend it out. Do not worry. I'm just gonna take the Sculpt color in that palette. And as y'all can see, I'm a little pale on the pale side. So I'm just go over all the places that I applied the powder at, just to give my skin some color. I'm actually gonna use that other brush I was just using. I think that's a little too big for under my eyes. But I'm gonna just take this. I'm going to go in with this BH Cosmetics blush palette. And I'm just going to take, I'm sorry for all my palettes looking ratchet and just dirty. I don't know what to tell y'all. But I'm gonna go with this color on the end. I'm using this brush that it's called Isabella Scott. Y'all probably can't even read that. But I don't know where I got this from. But like I said, Drugstore, Amazon, L. Okay. This is another e.l.f. brush, and I'm gonna just take that powder again and just kind of clean up under the bronzer to give it a more chiseled look. Okay. I'm just gonna go in with this Wet n Wild blush, not blush, but highlighter. I'm gonna just spray my brush real quick. And just go into this highlight. Alright, and then last but not least, I'm gonna go in with this e.l.f. lip gloss. This is just the e.l.f. lip lacquer.